This is part 3.
Data analysis. The data is stored in a CSV file. There are two ways to get back the data from our program. The first one is to ask for a single day's data, like for example, what was my sugar on January 15th, and our program would talk back with the readings. The second way is to ask the program to email the data, for example, email blood sugar report or email all reports since January, and the program sends an email of the readings to the caregiver.
This is an example of what the caregiver would get. So they would get over here the date, time, and sugar level. And here on the x-axis, it has the date and time, and then on the y-axis, it has the sugar level. Our grandma measures her levels every day, but her response to the nurse's inquiry is usually my pressure was good or my sugar levels were 130 yesterday. So here we have a graph that would get sent in an email to the doctor, and unlike my pressure was good or my sugar was 130 yesterday, you'll see all the fluctuations. So this blue line represents the sugar, and each 3 points is equal to 1 day. So there's the morning, the middle of the day, and the evening. And as you can see, there's a spike on each of these days in the middle of the day. So this could be an after lunch spike, and if the doctor sees this, they can control the seniors' diet when they take their medicine and when they exercise to control it better. And this is opposed to this red dotted average line, which is the A1C, and that's only a moderate average, and doctors would get a lot more and be able to control the diabetes better if they have all the daily trends and fluctuations.
The lack of an easy, centralized, and inexpensive way to store day-to-day measurements is a serious problem for the medical community. Doctors have to depend on statements such as, my pressure was good or my sugar was 130. Our device can give a comprehensive way to see daily trends and fluctuations. This can help doctors take a data-driven approach to plan better treatment management, adjust medication, and suggest patients about lifestyle changes. The graphs can give seniors a visual representation of how they are controlling their symptoms. It can be motivating for them to control their symptoms as well. So here are some feature enhancements to our program. The first one is to store reasons for measuring fluctuations. The doctors can get more insight if they have a description of why the patient's blood pressure or blood sugar is too high or too low. We are working with healthcare professionals to make a list of questions that doctors might ask patients, so if the senior assistant detects if the patient's blood pressure or blood sugar is too high or too low, it can ask the questions. The answer will be stored with the readings for analysis. The next one is privacy, data security, and multi-user. We can use the Google Assistant's built-in voice match and authentication for permission, privacy, and compliance. This will also allow multiple seniors to use the senior assistant. The next one is to convert stored results into CSV files to the database. The last one is to remind seniors to take blood sugar and pressure measurements in certain times.